Cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic. People, this the intro.
Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down.
The Chicago Bears have officially dropped to a 1-5 record for this season after losing to the Minnesota Vikings by a score of 19-13. So Bears fans, let's go ahead and talk about this loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Obviously, first things first, I want to give the Chicago Bears defense a whole lot of credit and just give them their flowers because they played absolutely great football today. They played well enough for the Chicago Bears to win behind an amazing performance by TJ Edwards. Tremaine Edmonds was all over the field. The Chicago Bears defense definitely came to play, but the offense absolutely let them down today. And that's just a tough one because we all know how much the Chicago Bears defense has struggled this year. So to see them perform well against the Minnesota Vikings today, and the offense didn't do their part to win this football game. It's obviously very, very frustrating, but I do want to give a whole lot of credit to Matt Eberflus, to Tremaine Edmonds, to TJ Edwards, and the rest of the Chicago Bears defense because they played absolutely great football today. So in terms of the Chicago Bears offense, before I go any further about talking about the offensive performance for the Chicago Bears today in this 19-13 loss to the Minnesota Vikings, I do want to give a quick update on quarterback Justin Fields. Obviously, Justin Fields left at the end of the third quarter with a hand injury. Obviously, the x-rays came back negative, so that's good news. But there was actually also breaking news before the recording of this podcast that Justin Fields suffered a dislocated thumb in his right hand. So he's planning to get an MRI as soon as tomorrow. So we'll see if there's any more severity to the dislocated thumb. I'm not sure if that means he's going to play next Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders or not. But all in all, if Justin Fields is not able to go, Tyson Bagent will get his first career start as a Chicago Bears quarterback next Sunday at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. So I'll try my best to keep you guys up to date on the Justin Fields situation. And I don't really have a lot to say about quarterback Justin Fields. 6 for 10, I believe he was 58 yards. I think he had about 40 something rushing yards as well. So obviously it was a really not so good day for quarterback Justin Fields, but at the same time, everything was going wrong for the Chicago Bears offense. Obviously the offensive line put it up an absolute dud after an amazing performance on that Thursday night win against the Washington Commanders, which I feel like the Washington Commanders have a better defensive line than the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears offensive line looked absolutely terrible. On the first drive alone, Justin Fields was sacked twice, right? So there was pressure in Justin Fields' face all day. And then once Tyson Bagent came into the game, there was pressure in his face as well. So Justin Fields wasn't able to get into a legit rhythm all game long. So kudos to Brian Flores and the Minnesota Vikings defense for coming up with a good game plan to stunt, to me, this very hot Chicago Bears offense, right? So like I like to say, I don't want to just sit here and blame one person. Justin Fields didn't have a good game. The offensive line didn't have a good game. And obviously, offensive coordinator Luke Getsy also had another very bad game calling plays for the Chicago Bears offense. So I don't want to sit here and blame one person. It was just bad execution overall by the Chicago Bears offense, and they didn't do enough to win this football game against the Minnesota Vikings. So all in all, I hope Justin Fields is okay because this is a big year. We still need to evaluate Justin Fields to figure out if he is the long-term option and the franchise quarterback for the Chicago Bears. I hope Justin Fields is able to heal up quick. Even if he has to miss just one game against the Las Vegas Raiders, that is totally fine to let that thumb heal up. But if he is able and healthy to play, enough to play against the Las Vegas Raiders, Justin Fields needs to be out there because to me, I still think that Justin Fields can be the long-term answer at quarterback. Obviously, he needs to play a lot better than he did today, but it's not, once again, just a Justin Fields problem. The offensive line played terrible. Offensive coordinator Luke Getsy looked terrible as a play caller as well. So it's not just a Justin Fields problem. The whole offense looked out of sync. And what's so discouraging about today's loss for the Chicago Bears, after a big-time win against the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football, where you put up 40 points on a defensive line that is a very good defensive line in the NFL. You put up 40 points. You come out here with 10 days to prepare against the Minnesota Vikings defense that hasn't been really good all season long, and you put up an absolute dud. The Chicago Bears offense looked unprepared. They looked flat-footed. They were unable to get into a rhythm. And once again, it took the Chicago Bears and Luke Getsy so long to try to get DJ Moore involved. Once again, Justin Fields was able to get the ball to DJ Moore, and I feel like it has a lot to do with the way that Luke Getsy is scheming his guys to get open, and it's play calling as well. So once again, it was just another dud by offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, but obviously Luke Getsy had a terrible day calling plays. The offensive line had a terrible day blocking for Justin Fields and Tyson Bagent. And Justin Fields obviously has to play better as well. But once again, he only threw the ball 10 times, right? So, it was a tough day for the Chicago Bears offense. Personally, I don't have a lot to say about Tyson Bagent. He came in and did all he could, right? Obviously, he had a crucial loss fumble that led into a scoop and score for the Minnesota Vikings defense. Obviously, he threw that pick that was underthrown to DJ Moore, or intended for DJ Moore. DJ Moore was open. I believe it was on a go route, and he just underthrew the ball. So just missed opportunity there, especially when we were at the Minnesota Vikings 35-yard line with a chance to take the lead late in the fourth quarter. But it just is what it is. Tyson Bagent did all that he could. If Tyson Bagent is the starter, he'll get a whole week of prep for that Las Vegas Raiders game next Sunday in Chicago. So he'll get the opportunity to play with the starting offensive line. I'm going to try to get a little bit of chemistry with DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney. So then we can actually judge a guy like Tyson Bagent. I can't sit here and just throw shade at Tyson Bagent because the offensive line looked terrible today. There was no rhythm whatsoever within the Chicago Bears offense. So once again, Bears fans, this loss to me is on Luke Getsy, the offensive line, and the entirety of the Chicago Bears offense. The truth be told, once again, the Chicago Bears defense looked absolutely outstanding today. The Chicago Bears offense just didn't play well enough to win. There was 13 points for the Minnesota Vikings off turnover. So just add that up, right? The final score was 19-13. So the Chicago Bears had every chance to win this football game. And the Chicago Bears defense gave the Chicago Bears offense so many opportunities to win this football game, but they just could never find a rhythm. And that's what the frustrating part about this is, that you had 10 days to prepare. You just dropped 40 points against the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football. And now you only score 13 points with 10 days to prepare. That is not a good look for Luke Getsy and the rest of the Chicago Bears offense. So hopefully we can figure things out. Hopefully Justin Fields is okay. Once again, I'll try to keep you guys updated on the Justin Fields situation. But now you just have to try to regroup. The Chicago Bears are now 1-5, 0-2 within the division play as well. But you have to figure things out. You have to figure out things that are working for you. And Luke Getsy should have never went away from things that were working for Justin Fields, right? When you look at when Justin Fields was in the game, no rollouts, no play actions. You could just tell that Justin Fields, once again, wasn't trusting his eyes. And that's when Justin Fields gets in trouble, right? So it's unfortunate, right? But a loss is a loss. The Chicago Bears are now 1-5. So hopefully they can get things figured out and get way more prepared, especially offensively, going into this next matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders. So Bears fans, before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this. What is your grade for the overall team performance in their loss to the Minnesota Vikings? Let me know down below in the comment section. Before I let you guys go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan you know. Better than that, back for all new Bears podcast right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You've been listening to Keek on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.